everyone. So a few things have happened since before I was able to start the vlog. One, I came out into the living room to readjust the blankets that I have on this corner couch, and I go and look out the window right here, and I see two dogs running up the alley, and you know, my gut reaction is, okay, I gotta go catch them. Yeah, I know, sue me. So I go and try to catch them, and I've been trying to do so for like a half hour. And so I end up losing both of them. But I got a good look at both of them, and so I was able to tell animal control just about what they looked like, what gender they were, and everything. And so I go ahead and start heading home. Now mind you, this is before I've had my coffee. So I start heading home, and I see a different dog altogether. So I go over, and you know, I gain his trust. He comes over to me more than willing, and I hook the leash to his collar that he had on, which I will tell you had no tags. So he was literally had on a collar basically as a decoration. My guard dog. My vicious guard pupper. But anyway. Well, don't get yourself so worked up that you're going to do that. Bless you. Don't worry, nothing's wrong with Yuki. She was just having a reverse sneeze. She is completely fine. Anyway, so I get the dog home, and he's fine with Yuki, and then we start having an issue. He starts marking everywhere in the house, and I'm not going to have that. So I go ahead and put him in her crate. Hush! Hush. There is no one out there, girl. Okay? You're just mad that they went and took your friend away. But anyway, so, you know, I'm not going to have a dog marking in my house. That's not acceptable at all. So I go and put him in Yuki's crate, and he's perfectly fine in there. So he's, and the walk home, he was perfectly behaved. He was well behaved. So he's obviously someone's pet. So with the whole marking issue, I went ahead and called Cass, and then I had him call animal control since, you know, I don't have cell service, but since his phone is an iPhone just like mine, there is this little perk with an iPhone that as long as you have internet connection via Wi-Fi or whatever, you can still call and communicate with other iPhones. So yeah, so Cass went and called animal control. They got here a little bit ago, and they picked up Westy, who I honestly believe is a purebred Westshire Terrier, just in a dire need of a good grooming. It was that bad, and I will put a picture right here. So yeah, and the AC officer who came was one that we knew, and so he was also, you know, he knew how I worked. He knew that I would get a good look at the dogs, and the two that got away, basically. So he asked me all about them, you know, what gender, breed, coat, markings, this, that, and the other. And I told him everything that I was able to gather during my half hour following them. And he said that he would, you know, circle around the neighborhood and see if he could find them. So, awesome. He did tell me that he had actually been trying to catch the Border Collie Corgi cross that had been giving Yuki and I issues for a while, And he told me that he now understands why I was so adamant about this dog being caught, because she is not friendly at all towards people or other dogs. So, yeah. But I did check their website a couple of days ago, and I saw a dog that looked almost exactly like her. And I haven't seen her at that house for the past few weeks. So I'm betting that she was caught. So hopefully that is the case. Now, as for her pups that were there, I have no idea. I'll try to see if I can get over there and take a good look. But someone had posted saying that there were some puppies that looked almost exactly like the ones that I had seen over there with her that had been dropped off at the shelter before she was picked up. So hopefully those are the pups, and at least they are in some place that is nice and warm for the winter. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go and edit the vlog for yesterday. I have to brush my hair, get dressed, get something to eat. Yuki has already eaten, and just wait for 3 o'clock to roll around, because Cass is going to take me to the DMV so I can get my New Mexico state license. You know, I've been here for like 3 years almost. It's about time that I get a state license here. So see y'all later. So I'm getting ready to go to the DMV once Cass gets home. Switching stuff from my you know, formal purse to my Gryffindor purse, since it can hold more, and I need to have things like my birth certificate and things like that for whenever I do go to the DMV. But you know, as I'm doing all this, you know, getting dressed, doing my hair, things like that, getting Yuki ready to go, I get a notification on my Facebook, and it's this lady asking me, you know, yeah, she went and said that she saw my post on one of the other groups, one of the local groups, and she's like, I saw that your pupper is a service animal, and I was curious to know where you got her registered, things like that. And yeah, I just cannot emphasize enough. You know, I am educating her, because it sounds like that, you know, she does need a legit service animal for her friend. I'm not going to go into details about that. Just know that, you know, it sounds legit to me that this girl's friend does need a service animal. However, I am educating them on the right things to do, the laws about them, and everything like that. I'm trying to steer them in the right direction. Now, that being said, I cannot emphasize enough to y'all that registries and certifications are not legit under the ADA law. Okay? I cannot say this enough. Let me go back here. Alright. One second. One moment. Okay, this is the ADA Q&A website, alright? You go and scroll right down, right here, okay? Certification and registry, right here, black and white. Try and hold it still so you guys can read that. They are not legit. Okay? They are in no way, shape, or form legit or recognized by the ADA or Department of Justice. So those of y'all with your little foo-foo, little snowflake, little pom-pom, shit like that, and they go and you go and say that they're registered service animals, y'all are shitting yourselves. Okay? They are not legit. Just because you went and registered them online for maybe $75 or $100 or whatever, and you got that little ID card, that does not make them a service animal. What makes them a service animal is you yourself having a disability or more than one disability that requires you to have a service animal because those disabilities interfere with your life significantly enough to where you cannot go about your daily life because of your disabilities. Now, however, anxiety and depression are not, it's a fine line with anxiety and depression. But I'm not going to really get into that because I'm going to open up a can of worms that I do not really want to get into. But, you know, I've got PTSD and hypoglycemia and a heart condition that do require me to have Yuki with me at all times. Now, there are more disabilities than just that, you know, can cause someone to have a service animal. But they are not saying that they're registered and certified. No, they are not legit. They need to be trained. You need to have at least one disability that hinders your daily life to where you do need help getting through the day. All right? And also, emotional support animals do not have PA rights under the ADA law. Now, there are differences between service animals and emotional support animals. It also states up here, let me go ahead and just show you guys. Are emotional support, therapy, comfort, or companion animals considered service animals under the ADA? Look at that. There's a big no. Okay? Focus. So that there for a moment, let you guys read that. And here's the bit about the anxiety. It is a very fine line when it comes to anxiety disabilities and depression disabilities. That, you know, it's a very fine line on if you should have a service animal or an emotional support animal. Now, further down, because I know there have been people saying that they must be professionally trained and, you know, program dogs. This right here says otherwise. Okay? So all these myths that, or lies that people are saying about service animals, that they have to be registered, certified, and program trained, is a bunch of crap. The ADA states that there's no such thing as registries, no such thing as certifications, and owner training is allowed. Okay? Please stop passing around false information, okay? Not everybody can afford a program trained dog. Not everybody even has the time to be waiting for a program trained dog, because the waiting list is very long, and some programs even have a 3-year waiting list. Not everybody has that kind of time to wait. And that's why there are more and more people doing owner training with their dogs to have them as service dogs, as legit service dogs. Yuki is indeed legit. Yes, there are days where they go, where a service animal will, you know, act out on occasion. That's okay. They are not robots. Okay? They are not fucking machines. They are just like us. They are just like us human beings. I have to hold the camera with 2 hands, otherwise it shakes. But they are just like us. They make mistakes. They have bad days. They have off days. Alright? So if anyone goes and tries to say that your service dog is not legit because, you know, they had explosive diarrhea in the store, okay, so then you should be getting onto a kid for doing that, because then they're not legit. Everybody has bad days. Everyone, even service animals, will get sick at random times for no reason. They will just all of a sudden get sick. Yuki has done that on a few occasions. And oddly enough, in Walmart. I mean, she has actually, the most recent accident she has had was in Walmart. You know, she got an upset tummy because the trip was taking longer than it should have, and she got an upset tummy from not being fed at the time that she's used to, because that's the way she is. She's weird, but at the same time, she has a sensitive stomach, and if she goes on an empty stomach for too long, it will get upset and she will puke. Well, this just happened to be the case. We took too long in Walmart. It was past the time that she was to be fed. She puked. Oh well, shit happens. You can't fault them for it. And that does not make them less legit. It's life. Shit happens. Life happens. Life is a bitch. So, anyway, I'm going to stop being salty about that and finish getting ready to go. So, later. Home from the DMV. Took longer than I expected because the proof of address, the two things that we needed for proof of address that we used were apparently not acceptable. So, yeah, talk about a wild goose chase. Not really a wild goose chase, but Cass had to go down to our landlord, get an updated rental agreement since we moved from the original house to this one. Never really got a rental agreement for this house. But the lady was also nice enough to print out the statement for my Bluebird account. So there we go. And they loved Yuki. I mean, one of the ladies there actually went and said that they didn't even know she was there until after I was called up. So yeah. But and they were even asking if she could be their mascot. Yuki, you got a bunch of fans. And now she's just running around a little bit. Yuki, you know better. She goes to the bathroom in the little grassy patch between the sidewalk and the actual street itself. I don't know why, but that's just where she goes. And it's getting, I'm starting to get really fed up with this latest development that I'm fixing to start walking her there or somewhere else on a leash. That way she will stop going off the curb. No matter how many times I tell her, she keeps doing it, so. Yeah. And I mean, the street is not very busy, so, you know, you don't get a lot of people driving up and down here, but we do get a lot of dumbasses who think that it's their own personal, you know, racetrack, and they just race up and down. And I'm not talking, you know, like 50 miles. I'm talking like 80 and above. And it's really stupid. But anyway, I'm going to go back inside with Yuki before I get eaten up by mosquitoes. And we'll see what else we're going to do today. So, later! Yuki, it's not ready yet, okay? It's got to soak for 10 minutes. Hey, it's not my fault. It is not my fault. Just be patient, young lady. Hey. It's not ready yet, okay? Lay down. Go lay down. And be patient. Okay? It's not my fault it's got soaked for 10 minutes in hot water. Hey, look at me when I'm talking to you. Yuki. I'm talking to you, young lady. Look at me. Yeah, I don't think she likes her food. This is how she gets every night when it's time for me to feed her. I'll try to get her, I'll try to record her when she's more vocal about it though. Because you guys just missed it. Alright guys, so Yuki wasn't very vocal whenever I got her food, so I'm sorry you weren't able to really see how much she really likes her new food, but it's about 11 o'clock here, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. I'm going to be trying to do some house cleaning tomorrow, and especially dishes. Really nothing much is going to be happening tomorrow that I know, but we're just going to play it by ear. So good night, and thanks for joining us today.